All right, we are back with round number, what is this, 5? We're in
Round 5.
Yes, of 7 for today for the 401 Games Toronto Regionals. And, we've been watching around. You've been walking the floor a little bit more than I have. So what's been your thought of what's left on the undefeated side?
Well, naturally, we're going to see a lot of that, Enels, Namis, Lucy's too, and, those are the big 3. And we still got some rogue stuff, though. We still got Sky Island Luffy's around. We got Crocodiles around. We got a UP Luffy around.
We
and
do.
the GP Luffy there, too. So we still got some spice in there.
Yeah, definitely. And I think this matchup is pretty interesting, too, for what it is. So what do we got for round number 5?
We got something special for you. We've got Blackbeard, one of the terrifying leaders of the past, but now the rogue leader against Lucy.
For sure. And so we'll get into that for a minute. But yeah, it's been interesting to see Blackbeard go from, a terror to kind of the underdog now. So that's what we're going to have. We're going to have Teach versus the Lucy. We'll get into that right now.
Yep. And good to note that this is a Stefan. He's actually played Blackbeard before, too, in the OP12 format. And we actually have gotten the chance to watch him face against Josh. And it was a wonderful game. So great player. So let's see how this game unfolds.
Yeah, starting off with using our on plays while we still have them, right? So if you guys don't know how the Martial D Teach leader works, your own on-play leader, effects are negated, but also activate main. You may trash 1 card from your hand. Your opponent's on-play effects are negated until the end of your opponent's next turn. So I think in this matchup, ideally, it means one of the boss monsters for Alex, the 7-drop Sabo, will not get its on-play effect.
Yeah, so this is going to be a tough matchup for Alex's side. He even mentioned earlier, this is one of the matchups that's going to be really tough, and he's really excited to show how he's going to try to navigate it. But I don't believe leader ability has been used on Teacher's side, so still on-plays are still active. So that's great for Alex. Yeah,
and I mean, if we have like another 1-drop searcher that we want to use for it, it's good. We do have like some non-on plays as well. I think we've seen a lot of people play 4-drop Cavendish currently too. So that can help you, but the Doc Q, offering some removal is nice. I think you could have, you could have removed the Rebecca the turn you played it, right?
Yeah, you could have rested immediately to get rid of the Rebecca, but maybe the idea here is like, oh, you know what? I don't think this is the threat I want to get rid of, like knowing that a Cavendish might come down. And we actually see, I didn't see Alex what he grabbed, but I think he had the option of the Cavendish, and he put it at the front, signaling I think he was thinking about it. And I think I do see it in hand.
Yeah. So another Rebecca, again, if you are planning on are you expecting your opponent to turn off your on-plays, you want to use them early. Rebecca also has the effect that if you put a Dawn underneath it, it will become a blocker, which can be pretty good. We're hitting the Martial D Teach down to 4, and Alex thinking, yeah, we are going to play out the Betty. Yeah, play this out. We still have on-plays. Do it, because likely won't be able to get any moving forward.
Yeah, and these are the turns that you're kind of like, it's a saving grace. You're like, if I get to have 3 searches, this is like the best I can do, because after now, I'm not going to get any on-plays, but at least I get to find 4 cards I might need or 3 cards I might need and get this game rolling so I can start to build an advantage where I can, because this is a tough match.
It can be very tough, yeah. So, there is the back and forth of like hand advantage. I would say traditionally as like a blue deck before this format, you did have some chances to have like Red Rock to potentially get rid of like a 10-drop Martial D Teach in the late game, but without that in the format anymore, I don't know the best way. I mean, we've got some like minusing, right, some removal from like the Fire Fist, but it is going to be a little bit tougher, I think, for Alex to contend with these 10-drop Teaches.
Yeah, a lot of people remove that like 2-cost Fire Fist that helps you get rid of these like Emperor bodies.
Yeah.
The Emperor bodies being 12k power
12Ks,
bodies, right?
yeah,
That's always like one of my favorite flavors of like Emperors being 12k. But yeah, that makes it tough because a lot of people teched out of that. And okay, Stefan's thinking about what to KO and what to do.
And Doc Q on the Betty, of all things, okay? Which I think is fine. I think Doc Q can always remove Rebecca. There is this funny interaction where Rebecca has 0, Doc Q 0, so 0 versus 0 violence. But hitting down to 3 after the 6K, playing out a copy of the Caribou and another Doc Q for the final 3, and then using the leader effect. So no on-plays for Alex moving forward.
Yeah, and this is a pretty good opener for Stefan's side, because this is kind of like, oh, let me just wall up. I know I'm going to start doing some pretty crazy things later on in the game, so let me just build these up. You don't want to clear them because they're going to draw you a card, and even then, Alex still has to respect it and still clear it off the board.
Yeah, so we're attacking into the Doc Q, and we're going to let it go. We could have had like a Caribou block, be kind of cute with it, but we're going to go 5K, going to take that as well, going to 3 copies. No trigger from Stefan, and then we'll see, yeah, a Cavendish at the board from Alex here.
On Stefan's side, like, you kind of feel like you're the control in the matchup. You're the one who, like, I feel like I can go the distance. I want to just, like, conserve resources, just let it get to those later games. Alex playing Hardcast Cavendish didn't have the event to play it out, so that is one draw less. But still, Cavendish, a really good card in this matchup because at least you get the chance to get these bonus draws. It's an annoying body. It's not an on-play. Yeah.
Yeah, and so we're looking at the Leo here. This does offer some protection from removal, so but also Doc Q can just turn sideways and get rid of it itself. But I think we're really hoping that this Cavendish stays around as long as possible. So thinking on this Doc Q here.
Yeah, I wonder. I believe Leo can protect itself, right, by bottom decking the Rebecca. So I think there might need to be some thought about how this rules.
Yeah,
So,
let me reread it real quick because it is a little particular
yeah.
on the effect on that one.
And I think Stefan is also ready to. I think that's why he asked to read the Leo to confirm. So
Anytime there's protection, I always like, okay, I'm not getting
yeah.
the worst case is not knowing the exact wording for it. So
yeah. So we are seeing the interesting like oh wait, oh yeah. So we're seeing the Caribou swing
Another Doc
into
Q.
the Rebecca to clear it so he can't bottom it.
Yeah.
And then he uses his Doc Q to try to clear the what's it called, the Leo, and then he bot deck the other Rebecca, and then one more Doc Q to finish off that Leo for good.
Yeah, so real quick, so Leo's protection was, if your character was 7k base power or less, which included anything on the board, would be removed from the field by your opponent's effect. You may place one card from the, one of your characters to the bottom of the deck instead. So not once per turn, could be other things too. But we were able to get rid of the Leo, and then we did have the event to negate the effects and remove it. So the removal from this deck is insane and really tough for Alex to really do anything here.
Yeah, I think Blackbeard is one of the few black decks in this current era still that still has that removal style from the old, like the old era.
Yeah, and then when, you know, Emu was a little bit more popular in OP13 and OP14, which you just can't have any real removal and very little interaction with those cards. Decks that, you know, inspired by it, like Teach, had a rough time. But now that that deck's a little bit less popular, now there's a lot more kind of on plays. It does have a bit of an edge, I think, in this format right now.
Yeah, no, got some interesting matchups here. We're seeing the Lucy swing at lead, or I believe it's at lead. Yep. Stefan's gonna take.
All right, and we're just going to play out the Sabo again. The on-play was used, sorry, the activate main to prevent on-plays was used by Teach, so no additional 7 cost. I don't think we've used our leader ability from Lucy yet, because I don't think we've played an event that costs enough, so... but this Lucy's a little bit tougher to get rid of, but not impossible for Teach.
Yeah, and I wonder what lines Alex might know about this matchup too, because I wonder if there's also like a, is there a way you can just kind of like get a, get a Roger down and just like super punch with all the events in your hand? Maybe that's a line you can take with this too. It's like, I won't play them, but I'll just super punch with them maybe, and they get like a pocket lethal out of nowhere.
Yeah. All right, we're playing 5 here. We are going to play out the Kuzan here. We do have the ability, we're going to activate main, draw a card, and we do get to play a 5 cost from the trash, so we're going to play out the Von Augur. So we currently have, we can remove a 4 or less with the Doc Q and Von Augur, so Sabo's safe, I think, for right now, but we do finally find the full lead stage here.
Yeah, but that's going to create a lot of consistency, right? You can start pitching cards, searching, which, you know, burn through that deck and just find the pieces you need.
Yeah.
On top of already having this, like, these bonus draws from the Doc Q's dying, like, you really just get to, like, really start turning the engine on. And now ideally you see it early, but better late than never.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, I don't think we've had any issues with the cards we've drawn already. We kind of have already found a lot of the curve. Depends on if we have any cards that care about cards and trash. I think we have about 5 in there right now. But yeah, I think consistently we've been good already. So maybe this can just help us towards the late game.
Yeah, Stefan going to the tank. I wonder if it's because he just doesn't have quite the way to answer this Sabo when he's going to have to think about letting it stick. And, you know, he's got the 1 blocker, but he's just got the 1 blocker. So he might actually be dropping to a life total he doesn't want to drop to because he can't find the right clear here. So he's really thinking of these turns. And this is what makes Blackbeard such an intense and fun deck for people who really want to master it, is that a lot of like very fine decisions on each turn.
Yep, so all right, double Kuzan and Von Augur taking the Kuzan there. This is my era. We've got 1 Dawn left. We can't really attack if they have that blocker there. You know, some decks do play like Tampa's Kick or the Hot Culture to be able to get things in a range, but I'm not sure if Stefan has it.
That's the nice thing I was seeing Rogue decks too. Is like, I don't know what build they're on. There's so many things they could be trying and that's unique to this meta.
Yeah. All right, playing another Caribou again. Not technically a Blackbeard Pirates, but it does have a negative on play that you get to bypass, which is nice. Deciding what we're discarding for our leader effect as well to turn off the on plays, because again, you're forced to kind of do it for the rest of the game. I think it was a 6-drop Kuzan we added earlier, and back to Alex.
Yeah, we're kind of saying, you know what, I can't address the Sabo, so I get pass the turn back to you, but at least let me set up some defenses so I know the game will keep going. You can't answer 2 blockers in one turn. That's very tough for Sabo to do.
Yeah.
And we're seeing Alex start off with a 5 poke to lead, knowing that it's either a card or a blocker, and there's no point swinging high with those Caribous in play.
Yeah, and again, if there's another Von Augur next turn, you're in a good spot. You kind of can afford to lose a Caribou because you need room on board. But we're actually just taking it. Wow.
Wow.
Now, you do have to be careful about going to 0. Goldie Roger is a real card this deck gets to play. Ooh, and we do have the barrier pistol bottom deck in the Von Augur. That's some really good value, and we do get the draw off the leader. First event, I think, of the game that was 3 or more.
Yep. Swinging 9 lead, and then tanks the block. Yep. Ooh.
And then this is a 4-drop Sabo here.
Ooh.
You don't really see that one as often. I think it's the 2K that offers protection. I'll double check, but that protection is really nice. But, you know, this was, I think, used a little bit more in like the Usopp deck that came out in, I believe, set 10. But
yeah,
let me double check on.
It offers protection for basically things of cost base 7 or less. So one of the things it's used for a lot is Mirror, because it can protect your Sabos despite having a greater than 9 times power. So it basically covers a blind spot of Leo. And I hear people usually run it because they're expecting to play the Mirror in Sabo.
So unfortunately, it's other than Sabo, so it doesn't protect your blocker. So yeah, if your character with a base cost 7 or less other than Sabo would be removed. So
oh, interesting.
Yeah, because that's, I think it's just maybe just. Honestly, my guess is this is more, you know, you just need more 5Ks on the board. It's a 4-drop 5K, so it's fine, and it's searchable within the archetype. But you could also offer some protection with Cavendish too, but yeah, not able to help with the 7-drop there. All right, we are at the full 10. We are using the effective full lead. We're going to get Lafitte, which we have not seen yet this game. We could be playing out our 10-drop. I almost said Whitebeard. So used to Blackbeard here, Marshall D. Teach. So that is an option for us. The removal game's kind of not allowed for us. We could still Von Augur, get rid of the Sabo if we want to, but yeah, we're still kind of like running out of real pressure. We've just kind of been chipping away instead of establishing a good board here for Stefan.
Yeah, so someone having a good opener here, but doesn't seem to be able to transition that. And he's on 10 on turn. I think he's playing the big Emperor out. He does have to make sure he's going to stay healthy here, because we have seen Alex kind of search through a Gold D. Rogers, so we know it's in the deck. It is a big win con on Lucy's side.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, that 12K blocker is really hard to get through now.
It is really tough. So, you know, it's been a while, but blocker, activate main. So it's not an on play. It's an activate main the turn you play it, which is gets around it. But you are able to negate the effects of one of your opponent's leaders during this turn, then negate the effects of up to one of your opponent's characters, and that character cannot attack to this turn. So the real big thing with this, too, is that you have this on your opponent's attack to be able to discard cards to get out of damage, and you just do not get that the turn you play one of these 10-drop teaches.
It's going to make your deck feel real bricky.
Yeah, it goes from, like, I have 10K counter to I have 0, you know, immediately.
And we already see sometimes, like, Lucy's have a fake hand problem where it's like, oh, I've got, like, a bunch of cards, but actually no counter.
Yeah. All right, only 3 cards in hand, though, for Stefan. So, honestly, not that much. 1 life, 1 blocker. So, honestly, just having another 5K that can attack this turn is nice. You just kind of have like, this weird back and forth of, you know, what do I actually play? We could also do, like, Fire Fist here. Yeah, so it's going to be a bit expensive, but yeah, minusing the Teach there. We could discard 2 to maybe try to get rid of a Caribou.
Nope, we're skipping that activation to go into the draw from leader ability. And we're seeing an 8K swing to lead.
Yeah, there goes the Caribou there. And then, honestly, like, I don't hate, big 8K again. Going to ask for double 2Ks out of the 3-card hand.
Yep. And
then if you get out of this, you got to be worried about, you know, Goldie Roger for the rest of the game.
Yeah, and you don't want to block with each here. It's minus by 8, so it's a 4K. If you block with it, it's gone. But also, can you risk dropping to 0? But 3 cards in hand, you'd have to give up 2 2Ks?
Yeah.
Or your whole hand potentially here.
Yeah, there could be a 2K, 1K, 1K in there as well to get out of this. And yeah, this is very scary. You could also block with Teach. You'd lose it because currently it's a minus 8K right now. due to the Fire Fist. So definitely worth the thought from Stefan.
Yep. These are the tough turns when you're a Blackbeard player. Yeah.
They are, and you really, the card advantage game is just so not in your favor most of the time. It's usually by one card can make or break a game for them, and at some point you have to decide, all right, Lucy has not drawn as much as they're used to, right? They don't see as much of the deck. Roger's not a searchable card. At what point do I just say, if they have it, they have it. I'd rather be in a better situation if they don't have it.
Yeah, and this high level of play, sometimes you got to know which to your point, like what risk to take and when, because hey, sometimes you got it, right?
Yeah.
I think in some sense he's like, yeah, this is gonna be probably like a very pivotal turn because he's like thinking about how much he loses here and how much he can come back. He has stage so he can find other pieces. Not getting the draws from these dock cues from them being removed because like Alex knows if he just gives those extra cards, the game is so over. Like the game will be so drawn out, it's so over. He has to kind of just keep pushing here through.
Yeah.
Means that 7 has been denied, these bonus cards from dock cue, and he didn't get the value off of the Augur because he got bot decked, and he couldn't even clear the 7 drop. So this is a scary board.
Yeah, and there could have been like a consideration, seeing these 2 dock cues on the board and kind of just staring, like those could have been more cards in hand. So deciding to go down to 0. Sabo can block once again. And, we're back to Stefan here. 10 Dawn, 5 cards in hand, and 0 cards in life.
Yeah. Stefan taking the heads up play saying, you know what? I don't think if I counter this out or block this, I could still win the game after, so I'm just going to have to take the risk. I mean, we're going to have to see some pretty good searches here then.
Yeah, looks like I think we just found, that Burgess there, which is nice, but you'd rather it on the board than in your hand right now. We could be using 10 for, another 10-drop Teach could be strong, but you could just lose straight to, again, a Goldie Roger. So using the same ability, preventing the Sabo, removing the effect of the leader here, going 5 into either spot, 2K'ing out, and then do we attack with the Marshal D Teach?
Yeah. And then we're passing there so that we can reset the Marshal D Teach power back to the 12.
Yeah.
So now back to having 2 12K Emperor blockers, which is great. Yeah, and just note that Sabo is still negated, the one that is a blocker, so it can still not attack or block. So Alex kind of has to figure out where to go from here. I mean, there's 2 attacks he has and 2 blockers. So functionally, you probably won't get much damage across this turn. It's going to be tough to get it through. So he's got to think about how he's going to set up, if not a lethal this turn, the one in the following.
Yeah, well, I don't like the idea of attaching 10 to the lead is not terrible. 15. You're asking the same question. Can you give me a 2K essentially, right? They couldn't do it last turn. What are the chances they can do it this turn? So does mean like your defenses are a little bit less, but no on plays this turn. They did discard.
Yeah, I was thinking this is what makes this Teach matchup so tough, because sometimes you feel like you're just playing a combat leader. No matter what the aspects of your deck are, you're just playing very sharp combat, man.
Yeah.
You're just looking for, you know what? All these cards are just attackers. Let me just be really good at threading that needle and knowing how to take cards out of hand.
Yeah, I mean, we've seen it before. 12K blockers are very tough to interact with. They can block for free, and then, you play another one next turn, the first one can attack. So we're definitely seeing this here with Teach, but thinking on the numbers. So I'd have to remember 100%, but even if we play the stage out, you don't get the draw because it's an on-play as well. Events have separate, you activate main, right? They're not on-plays technically, so, but playing out the stage doesn't help you as much as you think it could.
Ooh, I think I peeked the combo here from Alex. He actually has a clear for one of these. That's... So I wonder if he's actually thinking about... I see him lining up in his hand, so I think he knows he has the clear.
Yeah.
I wonder if the question for him is he's wondering basically how to get the most value off this pocket clear. Because can he bait some kind of bad block, clear the other one, and then go for 2 swing, go for another swing that will get more cards out of hand. I think he's trying to think, what's the sequence that takes the most advantage out of the having this very, very, you're very happy that you have this option.
Yeah, because it's a thin line, right? It's a little greedy, right, in the fact that it takes a lot of cards to do so, and it takes 7 Dawn, I think, correctly, at 5/1/1.
Yep.
But with that, then you will be able to do a 6K swing, or with leader, keep 2 open likely, because if they block, then you go 7K. But
And he can pitch the stage from hand too for the
oh,
a
for the
bonus
aggression,
one.
you're right. Yeah, yeah,
Oh no, he's gonna go for a big swing. Oh, interesting.
yeah. And we're gonna make it. I think this is 14.
Yeah, wants to block 2K 1K here.
Yeah, using the when attacking from leader. Yeah.
Yeah. So he's giving up the opportunity of that combo to just do this. Block. I think Steph's got it. I don't think he would be thinking of that 2K 1K.
Yeah, yeah.
And then
Are you a 2K 1K or 1K 2K? What's your order?
Oh,
What's
that's
your order?
I've always said
There-
2K 1K.
there-
Yeah.
yeah. 2K is always first. I feel. Yeah,
Yeah.
I much prefer that.
But if you're a 1K 2K person at home, like
It's okay. We can still be
Yeah.
friends. I'm
Yeah.
just, you're.
come say hi. Just tell us.
Yeah, yeah.
Um,
All right, Stefan back at 10 Don. I think we've got 2 cards in hand because we had to pitch 2 for that last one. Paying 1, maybe.
Ooh, this is such a razor thin game. It's kind of just like a. Both are teetering on the edge of lethals, basically.
Yeah, and I mean, we see this a lot with like ace matches too, where we're just, we've got these big blockers, they're staring at each other. Someone's going to, make the first shot on there, and we're going to start with full lead. Get the discard. 1, 2, 3.
All right, I think I saw him peek. I don't think it was a break. I think it was the negate event. He's thinking about it.
Yeah, because you can use this to remove blocker from the Sabo blocker.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
He is
there
into
is the black hole.
Still, despite feeling like it's a good position for Stefan, I think I see 2 cards in hand. So if he activates leader ability this turn, and he plays a card, he's not going to have any cards in hand. And he has to also keep these on-plays off. He has to, at what point do you keep them off? At what point do you respect and say, you know what, I'm going to let you have on-plays this turn, but then maybe Alex just pops off and just sees a ton of combos on that one turn.
Yeah. All right, paying 1.
Searching? Or...
Uh,
oh, it was a Tempest kick?
oh, yeah.
Oh!
Okay.
So that changes things.
So currently it's at 4 cost due to the -3 from Tempest,
Mhm.
which I assume is what it was.
Yep. So it can be cleared. It will cost him both cards from hand to do so, and it will leave him at 0 cards in hand.
Yeah. Now, if we're trying to go for game, let me make sure I remember black hole specifically what it says. But I don't think we needed to get rid of it, right? Because it is. Let me read.
Yeah.
If we were trying to go for game, we could just pay 4, right?
Yeah,
That's
yeah.
one list on. Yeah. You just get to negate anything, and if it's 4 less, you get to KO it. So you still get that removal, which is nice. We've got 5 Dawn left. We're going just 5 into leader.
A bit, my bad, miscount on cards in hand. It was actually 3 cards in hand, or because the Tempest kick replaces itself, so
Yeah,
it still has
yeah,
the
yeah.
1 card. But if he uses leader ability, then he will have
0, yeah. 2 blockers, though, so only really losing the rush. Going to discard the stage for the Lucy effect. We've got 5 Dawn left to work with.
Yeah, this is a informationless card too because it was the draw off the Tempest, so we don't know what it is.
I mean, we could attach 5 to Dock Q, at least a 5K to pressure another card out of hand. Yeah,
Yep, yep.
looks like the case.
It's like, well, if you're not gonna clear this and give me a draw, I gotta get something off this.
Yep. Two Dawn open.
Yeah. I mean, Alex has seen the Roger in his deck off a search, so he knows it's not in life. Usually people only run the 1 copy, so, if he was a gambling man, he'd be like, oh, maybe it's in life,
Yeah.
pick it up. But he knows off the search that
Yeah.
it's not in his life.
And, I think this really comes down to, we're taking the 5. Wow.
Ooh.
Yeah, discarding the cards, so no copies of cards in hand. If we found the barrier pistol again, I think we have the removal. We could have the removal for it, but
Yeah, if he has a way to, he doesn't have a way to dig for it, does he?
no.
He
I
can't
mean,
search.
you could go 5 with leader. They have to block it, and then 12, and then they have to block that one, and they lose it. So, like, your numbers are okay. You can have some left open for defense too, but Yeah, this is tough.
Yeah. If had he top decked the Roger, I think we would immediately seen a reaction from
Yeah.
his. Alex trying to see if there's a way out here. Sometimes this is the moment where Blackbeard knows I've got the lockout.
Yeah.
There's no way anymore, and Alex is just trying to run, doing the right thing, just running through every line. Let's try to see if there's any option here that gets me another turn, or just gets me like maybe even a win off of a misplay. Because sometimes, these turns are so intense, you forget something happens, you miss a block, something happens. So see how we can thread the needle.
Yeah, and again, we're in this situation because at some point Stefan was like, all right, if they have Goldie Roger, they have it. I think the chances of me winning are better that they don't have it, and I get to I have to stop playing around it. And so far, that's got him into this honestly really good spot. I thought for a couple turns ago, I'm like, man, Alex really is just almost there, but Stefan has persisted and made the game as close as it is.
And I think Alex is also trying to play here with fakes too. He's like, well, is Stefan going to play around stuff that I can't actually do this turn too?
Yeah.
Takes the block.
Unsurprising.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And here's an interesting play. I believe Alex is going to try to think about, he's going to try to reduce this teach so it's easier to clear should he block the attack. Well, he has to block the attack. So he can basically clear this teach if he just swings like a number that is taller than the reduced teach. So the teach is currently at -3, so it's at 9. So a 9K swing is enough to force the block, obviously, and also get it to be cleared.
Yeah. So that's four. I mean, R discarded cards aggressively too,
Yes.
right? Which again, Lucy has this unique combat where you can aggressively attack it.
Yep.
But we're
Nice
playing
again.
another one. Wow.
So 6 lead. Ooh, and I think what Alex is doing, he's saying, you know what? I need you to chance how much counter I have in hand, and also
now we have a blocker. Okay,
Yep.
this was good.
Yep.
This is good sequencing here. So being able to remove their blocker, set up one of your own. I think there still are some ways for Stefan to win. I mean, if we find another black hole, blocker's gone.
Yep, he's digging. He wants to find something.
Unfortunately, we can't get that Tempest kick.
Ooh.
And these are some tough draws here. Yeah.
Ooh, and like you can't quite play that Kuzan because if you do, well.
Yeah.
Ugh.
Now it's the all right. What's the math with these 0 costs, right? So I think it's 15K across the 10 and the 5. So I think it's 7, 8, 12. Those are numbers if we want to try for game, which are not great.
Yeah. I wonder if Stefan has to take another risky play and just say, I don't think you have natural counter and can't protect this Sabo. Kind of like develop 2 blockers, have, and if I can get the other Sabo off the board and develop at the same time develop the Kuzan, then you're safe. But that's 1 9K swing you're sending into that Sabo. So not great. So Alex knew this match was going to be tough, but he is piling it very well. He's playing to his outs.
Yeah, no, I agree. I think so for sure. And so now you really are saying, man, if they can get out of a 7K, they're good. But yeah, this is tough math.
Yeah. I feel like Stefan's, a little bit regretting the Searcher War that was happening earlier in the game. Getting these dog cubes out, he's like, great, I have 3 of them, I can just clear these boards of weenies. But then he's like, well, I haven't been seeing the pieces, though.
Yeah, with like, there are definitely times if it was like Von Auger with Tempest Kick, difference maker. Gone rid of a 7K, gone the Von Auger effect. The fact that it got removed so easily, one of these dog cubes have just been hitting the board and just stays there, which, 1 less card in hand doesn't sound that much, but for Teach, makes a huge difference.
Yep.
All right. It's going to be 7-2, the leader there, 7-5. Doing our own math now.
Alex is running through the math. I think he's feeling confident about the situation. I think he feels like he's in the driver's seat now, so he's just double-checking all the math here. Which is like what we got to do in these tight games, right?
Yeah. So we're asking for 2 or 3 cards here. We're actually going to block. Okay. All right.
Does he have to just go for it with the 8?
Yeah. I mean, this could be trying to bait the Doc Q all in.
Oh.
Yeah. So this is going to be 8K.
And we know. 1-1.
And a 2. Yeah,
and that
that's
is
going to be
game.
Yeah. Real tough there. Brick in hand. So it really came down to 1K, 1 or 2Ks. So honestly, a really, really refreshing match to see this back and forth. Really, really close. And I think both of them played it very well.
Oh, yes, totally. And funny, approaching these two about coming up on stream table, Alex was nervous, like, oh, this is not. I'm like, maybe I don't want to, like, this isn't a good match for me. And then he was nervous. He's like, this isn't, not my favorite matchup. And I was like, Stefan was actually very supportive. He's like, no, like, you do great. And they were both laughing about it. And even seeing there at the end, the relief, like the smile of relief from Alex's side, realizing, wow, that feels great. Bad matchup on stream and, like, played to my best, and honestly, so much respect for Alex for doing that.
Yeah, and I think like the entire time, I'm sure he's like, man, the Goldie Roger is not in my grasp. Like, there's so many times that would have just won me the game on the spot. So to be able to play through that, really grinding. One of my favorite matches that we've seen today, for sure.
Yes, no, that was amazing. And I want to say, like, both are such great sportsmen. Like, one reason I like watching Stefan having a stream is you see him laughing, you see him there, and even congratulating his opponent. He's not upset about the win. He's like, you played so well, and that's why I love casting Stefan's games.
Yeah,
so.
and that's honestly like the whole One Piece card game too. Like, you can, generally speaking, you go back and forth. There's very little times where you think your opponent played a little bit worse than you at times. Like, it is a grind both ways, and you can see the respect across the table.
Yeah, so amazing match from these two. So I hope we can see more, and we can hunt some more rogue decks for you at home to go check out. We definitely have still many of them out there. Yeah.
So we're going to go into a little break. We've got round 6 of the 7 rounds that we have today, and then we'll have a break into tomorrow. 3 rounds of Swiss into a top 32 cut. So we'll see what's left. 5-0 going to the next round. We'll get that set up, and we'll see you guys in round number 6.
Hello. Okay. Can you introduce yourselves?
I am Shu.
I'm Eugene.
Nice to meet you. And you both were just playing each other?
Yeah.
How did that go?
It was honestly really close. It was a 1 card differential.
And which decks did you play?
I played Mihawk and Nami.
And that was Nami.
Yeah. And he took my first, so I was already
a
little sweating.
Yeah.
I was sweating a bit.
It was really tight. Like the what's it called? The Hody Jones.
Yeah.
Was perfect.
I think the Lunas got me there.
Yeah.
And the Hody, and the one off of Hody Jones. I just happened to draw a top deck it.
Yeah, because you sending my two bodies, I couldn't divert my Dawn to go for game there, so I had to go really defensive there, and then he had the Hody, and then it was perfect. Yeah.
No.
That's amazing. But did you guys have fun?
Totally.
It was like, I think out of all my 3 matches, that was my most fun match today.
Oh, good. Was it nerve-wracking to be on stream?
Yeah.
Do you think it affect your game?
No, I think I personally just focused on the game itself. I'm not sure.
Yeah, I think so. Honestly, I didn't feel like we were in a different environment. It still felt the same as like going to any other table.
Oh, that's good.
It's just that we had more. Actually, it felt a little bit less pressure to some degree because there was more time, and we had almost like a personal experience.
That's true, and you're not surrounded by people.
Yeah.
You're like kind of in the zone.
That's distractions.
Yeah, and especially when people are done and they're talking, it's really loud. So like having the quiet. It's nice. You can focus.
Yeah.
Focus.
It was pretty nice. Plus, better lighting, of course. But yeah.
Well, yeah. Of course, the stream was going to have better lighting and no glare. No glare.
That's impressive.
And no judge calls either, because we have a guy.
Yeah, right there. Yeah.
True. He's just sitting right there.
And he made everything nice and neat and everything for the viewers and everything. So it's pretty good.
Perfect.
It was very clear to like what the abilities were and how the damage was changing.
Oh, good. Now, how did you both get into One Piece trading card game?
Anniversary set OP13.
Oh.
But it happened because we were in Japan last year, I think, like the summer last year, and we just happened to buy a 1-pack off a vending machine at the airport, and then somehow that turned into my fiance and I decided to make that into a big hobby. So it became from 1-pack, went to never heard of One Piece TCG, to we're like going to locals like 3 times a week.
Oh my God, 3 times a week?
For a while. Then we cut back a little.
Me personally, the 401 game staff actually put me onto the game way back at the end of OPO3.
Oh, okay.
So yeah, I've been playing for a little while now. Yeah.
Okay, what was your favorite deck in that meta?
In OPO3?
Yeah. If you can remember.
I was playing Kid. It was definitely not my favorite. It was just because I was so new, and then Whitebeard and Zoro and Law were so dominant.
Right.
So plus you're new, and plus those cards are kind of expensive at the time.
That's
so I was
true.
I think during Block 1, my favorite leader has been Mono Purple Luffy. No, he's actually Block 2. I guess it has to be blue, green, Rosinante from OP04. Yeah, I used to play that one a lot back in the day.
Fancy. That one's a. You don't see that one very
No,
often, even like
no.
back then.
It's just a pet deck at the end of the
Yeah,
day.
yeah. What about you? What was your go-to deck
Go to the
when you started?
When I first started, I built the Roger because I thought, I'm like, oh, that's 7K leader. How bad can it be? But what I didn't realize is that the Emo and the Ace are
Oh, God.
still like massive competitors. Yeah.
Yeah, that was an interesting
So-
format for sure.
So I think afterwards I realized like Zoro was actually kind of more my jam. That's how I ended up from transitioning from Zoro to Mihawk because
That makes sense.
it's a
That makes
it's a
sense.
direct counter.
Yeah.
So it's like it's basically Zoro but better.
yeah, for sure.
But Roger's so fun.
If you hit everything, yeah, you can you just plow right through. But or
That
you're
was-
just
that was
sitting there
mine.
like, where are my shanks
That
at?
was one of your pet ones?
Oh, Roger,
course.
he's still my guy.
I still think he's a fraud, but it's all good. I read the manga, that's why.
Oh. Okay. No spoilers. No spoilers. Do you guys both watch the anime?
Yeah.
Are you caught up?
On the anime, yes. Not on the manga, I'm kind of behind a couple weeks.
Okay. What was your favorite moment in the anime?
That's a long anime. That's like 1,200 episodes. Do you remember?
I know mine, but like,
Go ahead.
Yeah. It has to be, obviously it's Water 7 when Nami's telling, sorry, not Nami, Robin is telling Luffy and the gang, why are you here, et cetera, et cetera. And then she's like, the whole government will be your enemy. And Luffy's like, I don't really care. We'll shoot that flag. We'll take any enemy. For as long as they're my ops, I'll deal with them. So that's my favorite moment.
I think my favorite moment was when Luffy was on the Sky Island arc, and then he pretty much fighting a god. And then at the last second, and now realizes he has no effect on him. He has that weird. That's how you like they made a card about this,
Yes.
right? The whole like it always happens. There's two moments like that,
Yeah,
right?
where-
The Enel version where they go pop out their eyes, and then they're just like, I can't believe this is happening to me. And then the same thing happened in Sugar.
Yeah.
That was my
Sugar, yeah.
second favorite moment when Usopp is like, I defeated Sugar by being so bloody and scary. She just fainted.
That's what's great about One Piece is the silly, fun moments. It's just like it doesn't take itself seriously, and it's just like it warms your heart. I just love it so much. Like, how could you not love One Piece? How could you not love Luffy?
You're a
He
true,
grows
you're
on
a
you,
true fan.
absolutely.
He grows on you.
Yeah, absolutely grows on you. Yeah.
Okay, I have a very important question though. When is Tony Chopper's birthday?
Can I go by
It's
months?
an animal.
You can go by month. He's a reindeer.
December.
Okay,
Alright.
yeah, yes, it's December.
I gotta say the year or the day?
The day. Come on, he's a reindeer. Think,
I'll just say
reindeer.
Christmas Day.
One before.
So 24th? Okay, we're close.
It's close. It's close.
Yeah.
It's just the reindeer. But I'm a Tony Chopper lover. You can tell.
We can tell.
So
I
how
have
old is
to.
Chopper?
He currently he's 12.
Oh, he's 12?
Yeah.
And that's in human years?
Human years. Yeah. Yep. I had to look that up once because I was like, how old is Chopper? So when they met Chopper, he was 10. Yeah.
Wow.
I was
Like
like,
a baby.
he's just a little guy. That's why he's emergency
dad.
food. He's the pet. Nah, he's a doctor.
How does a ranger go like a 6 years medical degree? Like
We don't talk about
From
that.
5 years old? From 5 years old?
We don't talk about how Chopper got his degree or the lack thereof. Well, thank you both so much, and good luck on your next rounds.
Thank you so much.
Appreciate the opportunity.
Thank you.
Bye.
All right, we are back with round 6 of the One Piece card game regionals here, hosted by 401 Games here in, I think, sunny Toronto. It's been kind of sunny this weekend,
Yeah,
right?
yeah. You guys came at a good time. We're having wonderful weather.
Yeah. I'm saying that I'm bringing the LA weather a little bit this way
Hey.
for y'all, so it's been pretty good.
I buy it.
Yeah, it's been good. But what's our match for round 6 for us here?
I do a double take. One of the opponents had already put down their leader, and I was like, okay, well, that's cool.
Yeah.
I was like, what's this guy pplaying? Oh, that's cool too.
Yeah. Equally cool.
Equally, I would say just as cool.
Just
These
as
two leaders
cool.
are just so close.
Yeah.
We have a mirror match for Black Crocodile.
Yeah, so that means that there's going to be a guaranteed Crocodile 6-0 today.
Yes.
So that's going to be very cool. And yeah, we'll get into it. It's a bit of a weird match, right? There's a lot of cost reduction. There's not a lot of removal. And yeah, we'll get into that. It's going to be Crocodile versus Crocodile.
And I love to see these mirrors because mirrors are a great time to express skill and understanding of a deck. These two players having so much respect for it. The moment they heard that they were playing the mirror, they were like, we both know what each other's deck do, and they were actually both very happy to come on stream.
Yeah, I mean, like, this is kind of, I'm sure they've had to, explain their leader a little bit more. We do see the Crocodile sleeves for both players, which is very cool. Yeah, Derek did win the dice roll and decided to go first, so that extra consistency can help. I don't know enough of this mirror match to know how much you have to be careful of how many cards you actually discard from the top of your deck too. So it is optional eventually with Crocodile, so that might be a bit of a choice there. But we are going to use the Disappointed to look top 3 for Baroque's work.
Yeah, I wonder if this matchup plays similar to the Blackbeard matchup, where a lot of it is about kind of like pocketing the gate effects, trying to build the bigger board, and how to like basically a combination of really efficient combat and just knowing these pocket effects.
Yeah. So Derek's going to go at 3 Dawn here. I will say, Giuseppe got the sleeves. We've got the Dawn sleeves. I'm going to assume that all 10 are Croc Dawn. Maybe a formal, a casual cosplay of Crocodile too. We got the outfit. So definitely, I would say, knowledgeable of what Crocodile can do.
Yeah. It's funny, we have these two Mr. Zeros, but we're going to see who's the real Mr. X-Zero.
X-Zero. So, but yeah, it looked like we just attacked for 5 and left 3 open, which a little bit surprised of, but I'm guessing we're not trying to give them too much value. I'm not sure why we just left the 3, but we're going to play out the Bond Clay for 4 here, and it looks like we're going to pass. No real interaction here. We can attack with it 5 and then pop it with our leader effect next turn, so going to 5 for Derek here.
Yeah, there's a lot of interesting around like activating your leader ability and like having things present to KO to actually do that with. And I wonder if there's some like strange lines in the mirror where like, oh, actually I want to pocket things in hand for kind of like, sometimes in the mirror like, oh, actually these won't decide the match, so I'm going to actually keep them in hand because it more relies on other cards. So who knows? I'm excited to see what Derek does. Oh, trigger.
All right, another disappointed looking at the top 3. And we do get the secret rare Crocodile. We did see this matchup of Black Crocodile versus the Green Purple Luffy earlier today. Crocodile, I believe it was the Derek. Derek was the Crocodile player in that one, but played very well too. Didn't play 8-drop Croc the entire game. Was mostly using more of the Miss Sunday. So, but we have this weird thing. We can't really KO the Mr. 2 because if we do, then they get to play their card out. But it looks like we are. It's going to go 6-5, and we're asking, all right, what do we have in there that we could bring back?
Ooh, maybe he sees just not great after. No, I think I see a Mr. 2 on his side too that he could bring back. The respect of both these players having basically max rarity Croc decks, and both being able to recognize how cool the other deck is. Yeah.
Yeah. So we do get rid of the Bond Clay. We do get the effect on the Yon KO. And just confirming what we get here. So. Could just be another Daz Bones as well.
Yeah, matching board for board.
Yeah,
Yep.
Looks like that's the case. All right, going to 6 Dawn here for Giuseppe. Usually, 7 Dawn is nice if we have the Missile Sunday, which Derek will be going to first. 8's also a pretty good milestone, though, because you get to start playing the 8-drop Crocs, which looks like Giuseppe might have 1 or 2. We did see one searched earlier publicly. And for 1, looks like we are going to play out Miss Merry Christmas here. All right, so we are going to use the effect for the reduction of the Daz Bones.
And with the 5 Dawn remaining, what's still available for a play? He has no Dasmon in hands. Obviously, he can't play the Robin, or sorry, the Miss All Sunday yet.
Yeah.
But assuming it's a big card in this matchup, given that it can just return something from trash, so it's a lot of value. It's the Gecko in the Gecko Mirror kind of situation.
Yeah, and we've got a lot of good 5-drops, so Daz Bones will offer the chance for another 5-drop. We're going to get 1K there, and you just can play another one. So playing it for 5. Daz Bones, once again, 6K to 6K. Ask for another card from hand, get another one, and then croc to croc, 5 to 5. Yeah, we can take that card now. But I love the sequencing. It means that like if we attacked into their leader and they took it, they could have defended a little bit easier. So really restricting the amount of information for cards that they get on that offense. Another 6 on 6.
6 to 6. I wonder how much practice these two players have had on this mirror, or if they're solving it in real time.
There's a solid chance that they are solving it in real time. But I think Derek, I think he really was able to utilize Miss All Sunday very well. We do see the Miss Valentine there, so we do have the search there.
A lot of value.
4.
Ooh, we see
another
the 8-drop.
Miss All Sunday or an 8-drop, but
Yeah.
gonna get that.
Yeah, Derek opting for the Miss All Sunday. I wonder if there's a general focus on having the width of the board, like having more units out and more cards in hand over developing the big body.
Yeah. All right, we're going to play out another Daz Bone, so 6 on 6 again. We will get the removal of that one, wow. And then it's going to be 5 into leader, and we'll take that. So, I think we definitely would have rather kept Daz Bones. We just needed to get rid of a 1K since, we knew the only last attack was a 5K, but 8 for Giuseppe, and we'll see if a Secret Rare comes down.
Yeah. One of the philosophies here, I don't know, we really want to see them play it out and see what happens, is that if the reason why you prioritize the Small Sunday is just because the Croc can answer Croc in a way.
Yeah.
So it kind of, you start to chain them, and then it becomes a lot about these extra 1 bodies that are going to get these bonus swings in that make a difference.
Yeah.
Whereas your Crocs kind of stare at each other.
They will. So I think that is like what I think honestly Missile Sunday is the biggest reason Derek decided to go first, right? Being able to play it on curve, have a wider board earlier is helpful, and yeah, we can definitely see Giuseppe take a bit of a pause of what's my best play here.
Yeah, man, these Daz Bones really starting to feel the pressure they're applying.
Yeah.
This is like getting a 6/6/5 every turn is a lot of pressure.
Yeah, we saw this also for the GP Luffy where we were able to get some, minusing on the powers for Sanji Pudding, get the rest on it, pressure it down, and it just didn't really survive on board, and that can definitely happen for this matchup too. But it looks like the decision is for 7. I think we are going to play out a Missile Sunday. There it is.
Going in the trash, we know there's Bon Carré in there already.
Yeah.
And we also have the Searcher too if we want to go for it, or if we want to try something else. But nope, we're going to grab the Searcher.
Yeah, so, which is fine. I think the Miss Wednesday is what we were really looking for. That being able to have that additional effect, which we could still play it this turn and get the -3 again. So that should be fine.
And this meaning, passing back to Derek, he has the option of being the first one to play a Croc if he wants to, or to continue the Miss All Sunday war that we're seeing.
Yeah, so giving the minus cost to the Missile Sunday, popping the Bon Clay, deciding what we're going to play out from here. Could be likely either a blocker or another Daz Bones. Deciding if we need mill 2, looks like we do.
There are two Daz. I'm not sure if the other one was a. No, there's 2 Daz Bones in trash, so he's going to bring it out. Get the rest on the Robin, so he's also the option of playing the Miss. I always forget their names, but yeah, Miss Valentine, to get the power reduction on the
Miss
Sunday.
Wednesday.
Yeah.
Miss Wednesday.
Miss Wednesday. To get the reduction on All Sunday and go for the clear on this otherwise really difficult deal with 8K Buddy.
Yeah, so it's -3. We could have maybe attacked the leader into there. But yeah, because this is currently, 5K, but we do get rid of it. Our other Daz Bones can offer some more pressure too. 6 here, and then leader still has our attack.
Yeah. It is so interesting to see these board states shift so much turn to turn, just given that Croc can develop so many bodies within one turn and get so many clears on sideways bodies on the same turn.
Yeah. So going down to 2 there for Derek, taking the 5K, and yeah, a lot of back and forth. Again, one of the key cards in the deck mostly is Crocodile 8-drop, but you know, using these Missile Sundays, getting the Daz Bones to attack each other, seems to be getting more value.
Yeah, and this attack to life and not trying to get the extra card from the Daz Bones, just trying to like drop that life total. I know sometimes in mirrors, you want to make there's one person that's going to make the other person uncomfortable by taking one more swing into their life, just so they can start being like, hey, you better start reacting. Like, either you start reacting to my board more, which will set you behind, or you have to start being aggressive towards me. Otherwise, I will eventually just be able to push out, and you have to give me more counter than you would like because you're at a lower life total.
Yeah, so we're starting off with a 6/6 using a gem there. Another 6/6. Might be a Bond Clay. Yeah, there it is. One more 6.
Taxing that hand size.
And that will be it. 7 more Dawn, likely another Missile Sunday. Yeah, there it is. It just gets so much value. I mean, you know, a lot of people compared this to like Gecko Moria, right? Very similar, a little restricted more to the archetype, right? But the archetype does have some great value here, and especially with the Bond Clay in rotation can be really helpful. So looks top 5 ends up getting the Desert, and then we're going to minus the Daz Bones. Likely play out another Daz Bones.
Yeah, and is this just going to be the counter clear backwards?
We're going to try to go
nope.
6 into 6, and yeah, there it goes.
Yeah. And it's pass.
And when they didn't defend that last 6K, you know they likely don't have another one. So yeah, a lot of momentum on Derek's side, but mostly because I think they were able to drop their Missile Sunday first, right?
Yep.
And yeah, we've got a full board. 3 Daz Bones. We have the Missile Sunday. We do have the life lead, but a lot of momentum on Derek's side, especially with how many cards are in hand. Derek has a lot more than Giuseppe as well, too.
We also see 2 ground deaths, and we even see him putting it in front of the hand, knowing I can use one of these just to keep myself safe. I also have them for like pocket lethals and just random moves like that. Yeah, I mean, even if with the Croc here, let's say you stop the Sunday from attacking, maybe one other thing, that's still 3 valid attackers. You can really just do a lot of damage on that one turn.
So, all right, our 3rd Missile Sunday, or sorry, I think the 4th one from this game, but playing out again, unsurprising, Bond Clay and the Miss Wednesday.
I mean, we've gone through every day of the week multiple times now.
All pretty much. Holidays, you know, business-free days. But we're going to use the effect, on the Missile Sunday, likely. Yeah. Got the reduction there, minus 10 cost. Daz Bones likely coming again.
And once again with the counter clear. But I'm seeing this combo now because each time you're addressing the All Sunday, but these Daz Bones still stick 1 turn longer. So even if you do this clear on the Sunday correctly, you're still 1 behind. You're always going to be on kind of the back foot. So I wonder at what point does Derek try to send some of these to life, knowing that he's got this like board advantage.
Yep. And then we're going to use the Valentine minus 3K. So currently a 5K on the Missile Sunday. 1 can attack as well on Giuseppe's side. And that's a big difference where, you know, Giuseppe was able to establish 2 Missile Sundays on the board, and Derek has gone theirs removed every time they've played it. 7 to 5. That's enough.
Yep. Going the
8 to 6. Now, that technically might be the one that was just played. As long as the other one doesn't play, it's fine.
Yep.
We know that one was played this turn. And then 5 to 5.
Seeing the
Bond Clay.
Banquet. Yeah, they're got a really healthy hand size. I believe like somewhere close to like maybe 7 or 8 even.
Yeah.
Versus 4 from Giuseppe's side.
Yeah, but this is the thing where all these 6Ks, are going to, again, it's the same pressure. Yeah, all right, Dazbone hits it, yeah.
Ooh, off the first swing on it too. 6 up lead, and the take.
And the thing is that we probably want to try to defend against our Missile Sunday more than anything, but we do have the Ground Death here.
Ooh.
Ours is a little shinier.
Yeah, and having to give it up on the 6K swing.
Yeah, not great. And yeah, do we want to use the second one now too? It's tough.
Yeah, I mean, like, you're giving up so many cards that it's not going to look good on the next turn when all these 6s are still going to start to crack back.
And this is a perfect time, I think, for Derek, because if he does have a 6 drop or the Secret Rare Croc, we can just stun both these Missile Sundays, and I think that's the case. Yeah, there
Yep.
it is.
Yep, just a bit nodding his head. He knows. He's played this match. It seems like he also recognizes, too, that this is a part of the mirror. He recognizes it.
Yeah, but Crocodile on play. We get to essentially choose something with 8 or more or 0 cost, and it can attack next turn. And then you can KO with your leader effect. You give something -10, and then you get to bring it back by discarding a card, and then you get it's on play again. So neither of these Missile Sundays can attack next turn, and there's a wide board of Daz Bones, which are very intimidating to place against.
Yeah. Yep, no business days here.
Yeah, and it's funny, like, really what prevents this deck is how many times you can, like, KO things, too. We're just going to go 7 into lead real quick. Yeah, there's a Ground Death again. And I think, yeah, we've decided we probably just need to play our own Croc. So play it for 8, prevent theirs, Crocodile, from attacking. Draw 1, because it's something that's 8 or more. And then we're going to use our leader ability, getting rid of that to reduce the cost of Daz Bones by 1, and then use the effect to bring it back by discarding 1. Another Secret Rare Croc, bring it back, and then the on play once again, and draw 1.
Yep, this leaves Derek with 3 swings, 4 if he wants to turn the Valentine sideways, and 2 life, and not many cards. I think it just depends. Like, I got 4.
Yep. No Dawn open either, so
Yeah.
there could be some numbers to get it, but yeah, definitely, Derek going first, I think, made a big difference here. And we are just going to start off immediately using the 8-drop effect, discarding 1, get the reduction on their Croc, and the draw cycle back.
Yep, and I think he was motioning the 1 Dawn. I think he's going for the 7. Yep, just say
Yeah.
2 cards, please. Oh, that's a take. So I think there might be math here, even if he doesn't want to go for it.
Second 7 will kind of decide it. If we want to be really aggressive, we could have gone, I think, slightly bigger, but it looks like 2K, 1K, get out of it.
Yeah, Derek in the driver's seat here. He's not really worried about losing the game outright, so he doesn't have to play fast.
No, and I mean, I think we have 8 Dawn left. I mean, if we have another Crocodile, we can stun their Missile Sunday too, so.
Just 5 to lead. Yep, just saying, you know what? One more turn, just to make sure it's guaranteed. Play sharp here. Yep. Just trying to think about which of these cards he's actually need next turn that he wants to pitch here, because
Well, and the
he's
thing
trying
is
to
that you kind of need to get out of this, because otherwise, Valentine's hitting for 10K, right?
Yep.
So it's kind of necessary. Yeah, there's
Yeah.
a Miss Valentine.
I think which of these he might need more if there's a miracle line to go through.
Yeah, and it looks like we're playing 7. Gonna play out the
Oh.
Monkey D. Luffy. So I don't know how many cards we've got in trash for Derek here. We're gonna be checking real quick, but Monkey D. Luffy, not official support for the deck, right? But when you're playing against a deck that just puts so many cards in their trash, you can get into these abilities very easily.
That means that on opponent's turn, Derek gets to be a little stronger, a little
Yep.
easier to defend. This is kind of, I think, the nail in the coffin at this point, because I think there is some cost increases to Luffy too. Not that it may not be directly relevant, because the game
Yeah.
is there's a lot of other things on board too, but that extra 2,000 power to leader just makes it harder to reach, even if there was a lethal line, and just having another big body to swing across.
Yeah, but specifically, if you have 20 or more cards in your trash, your leader's base power becomes 7K during your opponent's turn. And then also, since you have 10 or more as well, it becomes a 9K for the Luffy, and it gains 10 cost. So it's currently at 17 cost, which is a very, very unique number in this game.
Is that the biggest cost? I wonder now what's like the big, that could be?
Jack increases its cost as well, but not that much. There could be, some decks that increase a little bit more, because there's like the the Monkey D. Luffy deck that increases cost
I
too.
have my
but
crew and all that. Yeah.
yeah.
So just like walking through the lines, you're trying to think about how he's going to do this. There's a lot of cards in Derek's hands. Still one Dawn open for, you know, whether that's the ground death or just to like fake the ground death.
Yeah. No,
I think,
there's the extra tokens. Thank you, Judge.
8 to lead. Derek takes. Interesting. Just like, I'm pretty sure he could have gotten it, but maybe he's just like, oh, I already have the game on the next turn, I think, so I'm just going to make you commit to it.
Yeah, they're going to go another 9. That means that we've got, what, 8 Dawn, so it would be 13 to try to go for game. Otherwise, yeah, I mean, we can technically go, I think, 8K, 9K after this. Oh, I think we're thinking about numbers from here. I mean, we have 8 Dawn left, 9K 5, so 14 plus 8, 22. So we can go 10, 12, 11, 11. Those are, I think, numbers.
Some moments you just got to go for it.
Yeah, so we're going to go 11, and we're going to take it. I think this is, I believe this is 6 Dawn, so I think it's 11, 11. There's ground death to get us to 11 and 1K, and that'll be it. So
that's the fist bump.
But I think obviously both players played it very well. I think Derek was able to find like the good curve going first, but Giuseppe played to their outs, and a really unique mirror match for sure.
Yeah, and we see the last on both sides. They both have respect for this deck, and both of them are always playing a rogue deck for the format and trying to show people something interesting. Both of them max rating their decks, so obviously a lot of love and care for playing this leader and mastering it. But yeah, no, I feel like I've learned so much about this matchup. I didn't realize there was so much complexity to just even just the fact that you can answer to the board so rapidly, the fact that it's kind of like that old school, what you said, like the value Gecko Morias, where you kind of try to build a card advantage and board advantage, and just win off these little advantages each turn until eventually there's a terminal state where you're like, oh, I'm just 2 attacks up on you.
Yeah, like all those Daz Bones being able to stick around, just ask for answers is great.
Yep.
I think 7-drop Luffy put us in a really good checkmate solution because we also had an extra ground death. But we do have Derek going 6-0 right now. So one more round left in the day, and then we got the rest of Swiss tomorrow morning. 3 more rounds of there. But Giuseppe's still 5-1, still a really good spot, and you can definitely win out. And great match there.
Yeah, no, love to see 2 players, and then they immediately when they both realized this was happening, they were both so excited about this, and just real recognize real. But I hope they both get to make it through the day, and there's still tons of Enels from their face, and I think they'll do a pretty good job there too. So hopefully we'll get to keep seeing them tomorrow.
Yeah. I mean, honestly, being this spot already, it's not unusual. Looking at the tables as we walked by, of your 4 rounds left, 2 could easily be purple now, very, very easily. So. But yeah, we've got one more round today. We'll see what our 7th and final round is. We're going to take a tiny break, so we'll do that, and we'll see you guys in round number 7.
These card gamers, welcome to another deck profile. Today we're going to be talking about Enel, or Purple Enel rather, if you've been playing the old one too. Purple Enel is one of the new leaders from OP15. It's going to be very popular, so if you're watching this because you're watching original in OP15 format, or you're simply just playing in this format, we're going to talk about it a bit, and it'll be very relevant for you because I'm pretty sure you have played this deck or lost this deck or seen it, because it is just a menace with how aggressive and how strong it is, especially in the right hands of a strong aggro player. So let's talk about what Enel does first of all. So Enel is one of the unique leaders that has a lot of unique conditions, one being that you can only have 6 Dawns, so your Dawn deck is actually 6 cards. Don't call judge on someone if they have more than 6, because they were not going to play the 6 anyway. But yeah, your Dawn deck is only 6 cards. That's a weird thing to have on the leader until you see the second half of the ability, which is if it's your second turn or later, so let's say I'm going first, start with 1 Dawn, and the next turn I go to 3, I can activate the ability, which is that I will be able to ramp 1 Dawn active and up to 4 rested. So in this case, if I had all my Dawn, I'd be ramping 2. Now, let's say if I did a bunch of Dawn minus effects, let's say I'm on this turn, on my second turn, I'm at 3. Let's say I play something, and then I lose all my Dawn somehow. I minus all of my Dawn away. I can ramp 1 active, and then 4 rested, meaning that I essentially have done a bunch of Dawn minus effects for free because you are ramping 5 Dawn a turn. The idea behind this is that no matter what you do in that turn, you almost always will end your turn with 5 Dawn, or 6 Dawn even, which means that no matter how much you minus, you'll always get it all back. So you are rewarded for playing very aggressively with these Dawn minus effects that are kind of characteristic to purple over and over again. So basically, everything is free. Every Dawn minus effect, consider it to be free. Now that's not it yet though, because if you have a character in play, when you do this ability, the 4 Dawn that you ramped rested, not saying they have to be those 4, once the effect resolves, you can attach 4 rested Dawn to a character of your choice. So you can now also do a big swing too. So you are rewarded in this deck for playing a bunch of cards that minus a bunch of Dawn, activate leader ability to ramp 1 active and 4 rested, and then taking up to 4 rested and attaching it to a character in play and attacking with it. So it's very good if you're able to manage your resources, and it changes the game by quite a bit because you're now working with 6 Dawn and then 5. So it's not like you are a 10 Dawn leader, you are a 6 + 5 pseudo Dawn leader. So there's a lot of interesting combos, and it's not gonna be easy to explain without me actually just going into the deck, so let's get started with it. So let's start with some of the openers in this deck. Enel is a deck that runs 12 to 15 searches depending on the build that you run. The first one that's really great is this Pudding. It is a 1-drop 2K that looks at the top 4 for either a Sanji or an event. Enel runs a ton of events, so this searcher is really great for that reason. It's also really great because you can find Sanjis if you're running it. So some people are running the 3 cost or 6 cost 6K Sanji that's also a 2K counter. For that reason, because it's a 2K, but also can be searched by Pudding. But mostly you're running this because it's a little body, and you can find a lot of your key events in this deck, and this deck is a heavy combo event deck, which I'll go into a bit after. The reason why these little bodies are so important is because you always want the option of attaching that 4 Dawn to these little bodies and making a 6K swing out of it, which means that if you liked old aggro decks like Zoro or other decks that made use of little bodies to swing big, every little searcher you play in this deck is essentially a 6K fireball to the face, just going aggro, which is what makes these little searchers so great. The actual characteristic searchers in this deck for Enel that are on theme would be things like Ohm, which is a 1 Dawn play. If you on play minus a Dawn, you get to draw a card. So when you've played Ohm, you've functionally just played him for free because you get to draw a card anyway. When attacking, if you're 6 or less Dawn, he will also minus something by 1000 power, which is a really great additional effect on top of the fact that just like Pudding, the 4 rested Dawn that you ramp can be attached to him and swing with. So really great card for that reason. The Dawn minus seems like it's bad, but because of your leader ability giving you so much Dawn back every turn, this is functionally free for you. So that's a great part of the Ohm package. We also have Satori, just the exact same effect as Ohm in the sense that when you play him, you can minus a Dawn and draw a card. The Dawn minus is usually free. And from then on, after you attack, you can look at the top 2 cards of your deck and rearrange them as you see fit, either at the top or bottom. So it's really great at helping you find the right cards. And once again, it's like another pseudo searcher. People also run Shuras too, but people interchange between running Shuras on top of the Satoris or Shura instead of Satori. So these are your searchers. And with that, we'll go quickly into the 3 Dawn play before we talk about things further with the events and the combos that they can do. Holly is another great early game play in this deck. Not a searcher, but what it does is it's a 3 cost 4K that has double attack and also turns your Ohm into a base 6K power character on your opponent's turn, which is really good for keeping your Ohm alive if you would like to keep it alive, but also it gives double attack to the Ohm as well, which means that if you have Ohm in play and Holly, you can do really aggressive combos where, let's say I had an Ohm in play already, and on my 3 Dawn turn, I rest 3 and I play Holly, and then I use my leader ability, ramp 1 active, 2 rested, and attach 4 to Ohm. I could swing 6K double attack at my opponent on the second turn, which is incredibly powerful. And on top of that, normally bodies like this will get cleared by your opponent, but now because on your opponent's turn, it's a 6K base, it's really hard to clear. So now I'm perpetually threatening my opponent with double attacks every turn, which can be a lot of aggression to deal with. So that's the Holly opener. It's incredibly aggressive. It's very strong because it itself will also be a very great threat, because every turn after that, now this Holly can become the target of your leader ability. So let's say you've done something where you've minus all your Dawn. Now you ramp 1 and 4 rested. You can swing 8 with Holly, which has double attack. Or if you attach to 1 active Dawn, 9, which is huge. 9K double attack is not an attack you can deal with very early, and Enel is very good at getting it done very, very quickly. So these are kind of the early gameplays of this deck that are very aggressive, that help you draw cards or take cards from your opponent. But that's not the true bread and butter of this deck. So let's talk a bit about what is the bread and butter of this deck. So we'll go through the events one by one. We have these amazing events in this deck that make it so great. And one of the key parts of Enel is that many of the events in Enel all draw a card. So they are all functionally cycling or searching your deck. So we have things like Mamaragan, which in order to be played require minusing 2 Dawn back to your Dawn deck. And in return, you can rest a 5k power or less. Now, this synergizes very well with power reduction because anything that's 5k at the current time can be rested. So if you have an Omen play that's reducing something, if you have Gamma Knife or other reduction, you can basically make it a target for this Mamaragan. But -2 Dawn, we're not done yet. -2 Dawn, rest something, and then also draw a card. So when you play this, you're not losing anything. The only thing you're losing is Dawn. But if you're playing Enel, you want to get rid of your Dawn because you want to get it all back using your leader ability after. And there's no stipulation of whether or not this is active or rested Dawn. So let's say I attach all my leader to swing. I can minus the 2 Dawn, and then play Mamaragan, and then keep going. And draw the card and do whatever else. And then I can still use my leader ability afterwards to recover the Dawn that I've lost. Mamaragan's great not just for this offensive ability that draws a card, but when defending, if you have 6 or less Dawn, you can also activate as a counter event to give a leader character plus 1000 and draw a card. So imagine it's a 1k that cycles itself. So you pitch it for 1k and you draw a card off your deck. So it's very good, both as an offensive tool and defensive tool, because resting is very powerful in a deck that has a lot of aggression, but also a lot of control tools and power reduction. So Mamaragan, we'll talk about that more, but for now, let's go through the rest of the stuff. So we have things like Lightning Beast Key 10, which is -1 Dawn. You will draw a card, and then you will minus something by 1000 until the end of your turn. So once again, really great synergy with things like Mamaragan, which care about power, and really great synergy with some other cards in this deck. But yeah, once again, another cycle card, but also it is a 2k for any Enel character or leader. So your leader can get plus 2000 by pitching this, and so can your Enel characters. So it's a 2k that also happens to have a really great effect on it, similar to one of our old favorite decks, Red Rayleigh. The last of the free events, because they draw a card, is Lightning Dragon. So Lightning Dragon is also a -1 Dawn card. You have to draw a card, and then one of your opponent's rested characters with 6000 or power or less will not restand during the refresh phase, meaning you can stun something and stop it from attacking and keep it sideways. You can try to swing at something and then bait your opponent into keeping it alive, only to stun it with Lightning Dragon, draw a card, and then keep it rested, which is a lot of tempo that your opponent loses. So very powerful card and cycles itself. So you can see even within these cards, there's a lot of combos. You can choose to minus something, rest it, then stun it. For the cost of 0 cards, because each of these cards would have drawn you a card to replenish itself. So very strong combos. These cards form a lot of the core of the deck while also being your defensive 2Ks. The last of these free events, but doesn't draw, is El Thor. So El Thor is a card that minuses 1 Dawn, but unlike the other cards, it's not going to draw you a card. Instead, it's going to KO one of your opponent's 3Ks or less, and also give one of your characters plus 1000. So this matters because sometimes you have an attached Dawn from your leader that you've already swung with, and you want to make sure you're minusing that Dawn so you can use it back for your leader ability, which ramps 1 active and 4 rested, and attach it and go for it. The KO 3000 also matters because if you're able to minus something low enough, this KO 3K or less is very powerful at getting rid of bodies that people feel like shouldn't be hit by this, but because of power reduction, there's a lot of bodies that will be in range for this El Thor effect, which we'll talk about once we get into the power reduction side of it. But yeah, you can see this deck has a lot of interactions with power, so all power reduction is very great in the deck. And once again, all these things cost 0, they only cost you minusing Dawn, which we know because of Enel, the leader ability, you always get 5 Dawn back, so it's really easy to use these without feeling punished. With that, let's go into some of the other events that make or break this deck. So we have things like Divine Departure, which is if you have 1 Dawn attached, you can rest 5 to get something minus 8000. Now imagine pairing this with something like El Thor, you can KO an 11,000 power character, or if you have an Omen play and minus by 1000, or you use Key 10 to minus 1000, you would KO up to a 12k body with this combo, which is crazy. Or maybe after you minus something by 8000, you decide that you want to swing into it and clear it. Let's say you turn, let's say, a 10,000 power character like a Gecko Moria into a 2,000 power character. -2 Dawn to Mamaragan it, and then you can swing into it as if it was a 2K, making it really easy to clear. So once again, power reduction, very great with this. Or you minused it and it was already sideways and you said, I don't want to clear it because it's a Robin and Robins are really annoying to deal with. Let me just stun it so it doesn't restand, and it makes it so you don't have to deal with it. Both of these drawing new cards. So it turns power reduction like Divine Departure, which is not just great counter, but really great power reduction option, to a very powerful combo card when used with these. Other than that, we have things like Gum Gum Lightning. So we see a lot of power reduction in this deck. Gum Gum Lightning is a -2 Dawn, lets you Chaos Lightning 6k power or less. Really great, highly versatile card because there's a bunch of 6k bodies that are worth clearing right now. But not only that, sometimes you have really great power reduction, but no KO effects. Or you have KO effects, but no power reduction. This sits right in the middle, so it's a really good mid-range card to help you deal with both scenarios very well. For those who use to play black removal decks, you know that having too much power or too much cost reduction and not enough KO can be bad. Having too much KO, not enough cost reduction can be bad. So Gum Gum Lightning is some insurance to deal with that if you like to run it. This is a card that is a huge staple in Enel right now, in also the build called Control Enel, which is Gamma Knife. You can rest 2 Dawn and -1 Dawn. So you get something -5,000, which is really synergistic with cards like, once again, Lightning Dragon because it's power-based, Mamaragan because you can rest stuff that is a certain power, El Thor because when combined with Gamma Knife, you can KO something with 8k, or just any of these other events that will cause a lot of damage. So there's a lot of combos you can do with these cards. So that is basically the event core of Enel. People run a lot of different cards, but really the core is just a bunch of these events that can combo together and cycle themselves, so you can get through the deck very quickly, and a bunch of characters that are really annoying to deal with, and all have either abilities that draw cards or just are really difficult to manage. Here we're gonna go into the tech cards of the deck that make the build, let's say the control version. We have things like Frankie. Frankie is a really great play in this deck because it lets you draw cards, but also it lets you minus Dawn, which you want to be doing. So I could do something like, let's say I swing 7 at my opponent. I can then rest 4 to play Frankie, -2 Dawn, minus my ability for, let's say, like the El Thors, the Lightning Dragons, the Mamaragans, all that stuff, and then ramp back up to full. So it really helps you keep the gas going because you get to draw a lot of cards, which you know that Enel can already use really well because they all cycle themselves, while also helping you manage your Dawn. Because one thing about this ability that you should keep track of is that you can only attach rested Dawn to characters, meaning that if you have Dawn that's attached, it's in your best interest to find a way to minus it off. So this Frankie -2 is actually a beneficial thing. It's a blocker, draws cards, but helps you get Dawn off your characters or leader so you can attach it later with your leader ability. So that's the Frankie in the deck. People also started running things like Reiju in this deck. Reiju is a very strong card in this deck because if you've seen how many events are being run in this deck, getting 4 events in your trash is incredibly fast. It's really easy to do, and you can turn Reiju into a 4-cost 7k that is hard to deal with because of its cost and its stats very quickly. It's also a blocker, so it can keep your board alive and also keep you alive. So it's a really great card for that reason. It being a functional 9-cost means that it can dodge things like the Perona stun and a bunch of cost-based effects like, let's say, Electric Luna, which stuns everything that's 7 or below. So another great card, once again, on that 4 Dawn play too. So the nice thing is, let's say you don't have the Dawn that you're attaching. If you rest 4 for Reiju, you can still play things like Gamma Knife or Gum Gum Lightning. You'll have the Dawn for it still. So lots of versatile plays. Lastly, we have one of the really great cards of this deck, which is, well, maybe the 2 best cards in this deck, which I love to talk about, which is this 6-cost Enel. It's a 6-cost 8k, but in reality, because you have 6 or less Dawn at all times, this is a 10k body. So it's a 6 Dawn, 10k play, and it cannot be removed by the field for any reason whatsoever. So no removal can touch this. So once you've played it, Enel is here forever. And insanely powerful because 10k stats is the most stats you could possibly get for 6 Dawn. It's very strong, just as a body is alone. Before we talk about anything else, we'll talk about how Enel is just a 10k body and is going to create a lot of threat on your opponent. And if you're going first, because of the way your leader ability works on 3 Dawn, you can ramp to 6 Dawn and you'll start your next turn at 6, which means that on what would have been your 5 Dawn turn going first, you can already play the Enel, and 5 Dawn for a 10k body that cannot be removed for any reason is amazing. However, Enel does more than that. When you play Enel, you can minus a Dawn to look at the top 5 cards of your deck, grab anything you want, So it's a perfect search. You do not have to reveal it, and then trash a card. So you will search for a card and then trash a card from your hand, which means that you can cycle any card from your hand for anything you want from the top 5, or you can even cycle the same card you grabbed. It's very good for the kind of deck Enel is, because this deck is all about combos and trying to figure out the combo you need to win the game. So Enel being able to grab anything you want is very powerful for high skill players who are going to look for exactly the card they want to win the game or for this specific matchup. And yeah, it's a 10k body that will just stick there forever. So once you've played it, your opponent has to deal with it for the rest of the game, which is why people are running so many 6 or below cost like character interaction cards, like things like Corona or Electric Luna, all interact with Enel. This monster is the reason why people are all running those cards, to deal with the fact that this 610 cannot be removed by anything. Onto the last card of this deck we'll talk about, which is Senior Pink. Senior Pink is a really great card for this deck for this one reason of this combo, which is when you play Senior Pink, his ability is that you rest 5, you can play him, he's a 6k body, you -1 Dawn. You get to set 1 Dawn as active, and you can take any event from your trash and add it to your hand, which is amazing because let's say you really need one of these things from your trash in your hand, you can find it. You can grab any one of them. And because you have 2 Dawn open, if you grab something like, let's say, the Gum Gum Lightning or the Gamma Knife, you can play it on the same turn, which means that Senior Pink can help you deal with clearing bodies because you can grab anything you want and start doing a ton of combos. Also, it's a 6k body, which is actually really good for Enel because that 4 Dawn attach is very powerful when you attach to taller bodies like this, because you're swinging something like 10 or 11k with it afterwards once you use leader ability on the following turn. So Senior Pink is this amazing combo card because you can grab anything from your trash. It opens up 2 Dawn for you, so you always have the Dawn to play really niche spells like Gamma Knife or Gum Gum Lightning or any of these things, or simply just using that 2 Dawn to attack with. So Senior Pink is a very strong technical card that people have been running in control Enel builds because of just the replayability of old cards that you can do with replaying events from your trash and just getting that Dawn back and doing a lot of cool plays. But yeah, with that, that is Enel. There is so much more to this deck that I would love to talk about, but the deck is simply just so encompassing of so many different combos and different methodologies of play that you really want to sit down and study to get the most out of this deck. It is very high skill and very fun for those of you who like aggro decks. So if you like Enel, go give it a try. Enel's not that expensive to build. You can also substitute cards like the Secret Enel for the SR version instead, which is a blocker. And there's a ton of other tech cards you can run in the deck. So there's many different substitutions you can make and many different builds for the deck. So feel free to go online and look up some stuff. But yeah, with that, that's Enel. Go have fun OP15 playing our scary, scary God of Thunder.
All right, we are here for today's final round, the 7th
Yes.
round of the 401 Games Toronto Regionals. I'm back with Koi,
Yes, I
back
am
by popular
back.
demand. Yes, and or Jeremy's running around by popular demand. So, but we're here. We've got our last round, and it's going to be a repeat for us from earlier today.
Yes, and we're back again with the Nami versus Mihawk.
Yes, yeah, and so I do think that the Nami is a bit of a different build than what we saw previously, is my guess. So we did see not as much of like the Thriller Bark package for the previous one. I'm going to I believe the next one is, so a little bit of a difference there, but Mihawk was able to get there with Hody Jones. I think it is also a different Mihawk player, right? I don't think it's the same one that we saw earlier.
Correct.
Yeah.
Yes. Different tech, different player. It's gonna be great.
Yeah, but this is this is your first big commentary gig, right?
Yeah.
How's it been so far for you?
Oh my goodness, it's been so much fun. I love hanging out with Jeremy. I love hanging out with you, and I think like it has given me much more appreciation for what you guys do. Like this is a lot of work, a lot of work.
Yeah.
My feet are dying.
Yeah, that vocal cords strained, right?
Yes.
Yeah, and this is the shorter of the 2 days. So, we're doing something a little bit different this weekend. So we've got 1,000 players today. So we've got 10 rounds of Swiss that we need to do. We're doing 7 rounds today on Saturday. We're taking a break after this, and then tomorrow morning at 10 a.m. Eastern time, we'll be starting with 3 rounds of Swiss, a break of about an hour or so into Top Cut, and then 5 rounds of best of 3 there. So top 32 cut into our champion for the weekend.
I'm excited, and that's gonna be insanely sweaty.
Yes, for sure. So, but luckily not sweaty here. We're in Canada. It's a little warmer.
True.
But
You guys have AC.
there's some AC here. Maybe a little bit too much AC, but we're good.
Yeah.
And we're gonna close out today with a Nami versus Mihawk. So that's what we got for you guys. We'll see you guys there. And round number 7, Nami versus Mihawk. All right, and Nami, I believe, decided to go first after winning the dice roll, and it's going to be
Nice.
Andy versus Kuguya, who, definitely different Mihawk player, unless they, I would remember the name for sure. All right, so playing out the 1-drop Bonnie, looking top 5 for a Supernovas. Going to find the 5-drop Bonnie. Sorry. Look, this is a. We've seen a lot of sleeves that match the deck, right? We saw the crocodiles
Yes.
earlier. We see the Bonnie sleeves for the deck,
Very
the running
beautiful.
Bonnie. We do have the young girl being played here. 2-drop promo,
Right.
dropping another one.
Gold Bonnie Dawns. Ah, beautiful.
Yeah,
Oh, starting off with girl.
yeah, and 7K here. So this is also a big difference from our first game that we saw. Our previous Nami player didn't play girl out at all,
No.
which that extra Dawn every turn really, really adds up. So passing it back to Kaguya for Dawn here.
Yeah, truly a staple in the Nami. It gave us so much support.
Yeah, and we were missing it for a long time, and then we were missing EBO3 for a while. But this is really the first time I think like Nami's been caught up to where it is in Japan as well. So
Oh,
that's like a
yes.
big thing. All right, so Perona Search top 5 for a slash attribute character are an event.
What do you think he's gonna grab? Oh,
Could be,
Oh.
honestly, there's some good targets here. We could do like Law on Curve. I'm not sure if there's one in hand already.
he does have a lot.
He does, okay,
already.
yeah, then we're good. And then
He's like,
another
I don't need
Perona.
that.
Ooh, and maybe the 10-drop, yeah. I think we need a,
Yeah, you need that.
yeah, I think we have one in hand already, but we definitely appreciate a second one. We're also on the going second curve, so that helps a lot. And, we can attack 7 here as well, but no, instead using the Bonnie to search again, top 5. Only looking for a Supernovas
Whoa.
type, which not immediately clear what could be pulled off that.
Only supernovas.
Only Supernovas, yeah. So it could be Kid Killer or, the Scratch Mana Poo, it looks like. And we're going to get the 2K.
Good search.
Oh, and then we've got the Apu, and we can attack into the young girl.
No.
And there it goes. So, you did get a 2K out of hand still,
True.
offered some interaction, but definitely would have appreciated staying on the board.
Right, and he trashed the other girl.
Yeah.
So I wonder if he's regretting that right now.
And we don't have the Nami on 5, but we do have the Hog back.
We have a Thriller Bark package.
Yeah, we got the confirmation for that. So I don't think there's anything in the trash right now that we can play if it does get KO'd. But luckily, Mihawk's not known for just straight KOing cards that are active, at least. So should be safe for a little bit.
True. Now, what is your preference? Do you like the Thriller Bark more, or do you like the other
I
varieties?
do think it's stronger.
You think it's stronger?
I do, but I know there's a bit of a sentiment that all decks become Thriller Bark right now with yellow. So
The quote is, it's Thriller Bark slop.
yes, yeah, that's the I've definitely heard that around. So I think it's understood. It's a really good package. It's really
Great
not
engine.
Yeah, it's really good. So we are going to go 8 into life there. Thinking about the trigger, no trigger from Andy, and passing it back.
Nice.
So should be on 7 Dawn, but we do have 1 Dawn tapped due to the 5-drop Bonnie. So no Nico Robin hitting the board this turn, but this could maybe give us another chance to play a 5-drop Nami if we end up finding one. See, the other thing with the Thriller Bark package is that we do have like the 4-drop Perona, and Mihawk has a lot of 5-drops and 6-drops that we can interact with positively with that too, which is good. But yeah, it looks like we're going to just go 5 to leader to start us off.
Check 5. And Kuvia has a bunch of cards in hand.
Yeah. Again, way different pace from the previous game we saw. This
way
too.
different. Absolutely.
All right, and there's the Perona mentioned.
Stun.
So yeah.
Nice.
And Bonnie stunned one of my cards. I'm going to stun one of your cards. And it's going to be 7k to leader.
Good trade-off.
Yeah, and I think we have exactly 7 cards in hand for Andy. So if this does do damage, that will offer Andy a card draw again with Nami's leader ability.
Good sequencing.
All right, we're going to play the I Know You're Strong. So that gets a plus 3k to get out of the attack, and it's back to Kukuya. All right, currently at 8 Dawn here. 1 turn away from playing the Law Beppo. We know we searched one earlier. This is sometimes like the weird turn, especially because a lot of decks aren't playing the Shanks anymore, right?
Ooh. Yeah, I'm not seeing too many Shanks these days.
Yeah.
Why do you think that is?
I think it helped out against like the specifically like Emu matchup a lot. I just feel like the interactions with it aren't as strong as they previously are. So I think you'd rather just get 2 cards on the board with like a Law than having another brick in a deck that just has so many non-counter cards.
Oh, that makes sense. Wow, going very aggro, swinging 8 to lead.
Yeah, so now we're
That's so
doing
good.
these, and so the reasoning for it is that we need more cards rested for specifically this 5-drop Bonnie. Otherwise, this would look a little bit weird, but now that we have 8 cards rested, we get a draw 2, discard 1, and we get 1 Dawn left back open.
Just discard. As a kid, nice.
And then we can use our leader ability if we want to restand 3 Dawn. No, it looks like we're not. We might have. I don't think we've done that already because we can't play characters afterwards. So just decided instead we only need 1 open and we don't want the Apu.
It's back to Andy.
Yep. So we went from 6 Dawn on last turn to 9 Dawn on this turn after the Bonnie Dawn stun. So good amount of cards that could be played out. 8-drop Moria comes to mind. Nico Robin always good card in this deck too.
And he has to put a body down because he knows next turn that Law Beppo is coming.
Yeah.
And Nico would be really good right now.
Yeah. So we're attacking 6k, taking the life. Unsure if we have too many cards in hand. Believe we do. And then we're going to get rid of the Bonnie there. So playing out the Silver's Rayleigh. 6k to lead.
So many cards.
Yeah. Yeah, I've been seeing more and more Nami players play 1 or 2 of these Silver's Rayleigh. Wasn't originally in the builds, but they've been creeping in.
It's really good.
Yeah, yeah. You do have to, I believe your opponent has to be at 3 or less life for the removal, but
Didn't counter.
Yeah.
Wow.
and then 2k on this last one. And yeah, we're gonna go back to Kaguya here. Gonna be at 10 Dawn.
Right.
Likely
We
a
know
lot
what's
Beppo.
coming.
Yeah.
Honestly, he did a lot of damage. 2
Yeah.
lives and a card. That was great, and 1 body.
Yeah. Now, I will say that this might be a kind of a weirder situation. About maybe 9-drop Mihawk would be a little bit stronger.
Than a Law Beppo?
Yeah, because
Okay.
we don't really care about being a 7K currently this turn. There are some turns where that being a 7K, later in the game just ends up being more useful. So, and we do have some attacking, right? We can play Mihawk for 9. We can use it to prevent the Silver Israeli from attacking, and then we can attack into like the Perona and the Hogback.
But he has so many options.
Yeah. Thing is, we don't really feel comfortable attacking the Hogback either, because it can just.
There's nothing for him to bring back.
Yeah, but you can just discard a card when as a free counter, and then you just bring the card back that you
Oh, yeah,
discard.
that's true.
Yeah.
Is there a way for Annie to bring back his girl?
No, not currently, no.
Oh, man.
But yeah, using the Perona search here, so this might mean we're playing
Ooh.
Perona into a Mihawk. And it looks like it is going to be an Electrical Luna, a very shiny version of it, but
Ooh. Good search.
a copy of it.
That's going to be a menace.
Yeah. And yeah, it's going to be
There's
the
a
Mihawk. There it is.
Nice.
So when it's rested, once per turn you can choose something that is what? Costs 7 or less? 9 or less. It can't be rested, essentially, so can't attack, block, whatever. And then also, while it's rested, you can pitch a card to give a plus 2k, so it turns a card into your hand into 2k as well. So we're going to make it so the Silver Israeli can't attack next turn.
Establish big body.
Yeah.
What are your 5s going to do to me?
Yeah. And the thing is, yeah, we probably need to attack Bonnie into Perona first, because then if on Bonnie's, Perona's on KO, prevents Bonnie from attacking, so. Oh no, it looks like we attacked the
PK?
leader.
Ah.
Yeah.
3 Dawns left over.
Yeah.
Another. Ooh, thinking.
Going to the Hogback here, so.
Smart.
But we, this might be what we were thinking of, where.
He just gives a card.
Yeah. All right, there's a 5k, or sorry, a 1k.
Perona.
Yeah, to get out, make it a 6k. And then there's the Luna,
Like,
so
nice.
neither can attack next turn. But I think really good sequencing from Kaguya.
Yeah, that was really good sequencing. To choose not to tunnel and do Law Beppo.
Yeah, I think this Mihawk, they don't, Nami doesn't have a really good way to interact with it, and it just gets value every turn it stays on the board.
Oh, yeah. Wow. He has 2 Robins in hand,
That's good.
which is good. That
we
might
had
be
a-
the best option.
We had a third one that we, had to hit the trash there, but, that will let us heal, which is good.
And I believe I see a Gecko Moria as well in his hand, and a Borsalino.
Gotcha. Yeah, either are fine.
I think any of those options are good. He
Yeah.
definitely needs bodies, though.
All right, it's going to be a 7k. So,
Good 7 check.
no, I'm not sure where this is into. If it's into Bonnie, you just have to use Mihawk's effect. Otherwise, it'd have to be a 2-1. Yeah, thinking here again.
Oh, it's so intense. Look at that shaking.
Yeah, I mean, big decision here again. We can use
Yeah.
Mihawk's effect. Yeah,
Okay.
must have been okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, we gave 2 cards out.
All right.
She needs to live.
Yeah, but the Gecko Moria here does allow us to, offer a just playing out the Perona next turn. This is I think the first time we've seen Gecko Moria today too. So really flexible card, very strong card in yellow decks. But yeah, now that we have a Moria that we can stun, this is where we play the Law Beppo. So we're going to are the yeah, either or, right? Because we will be able to use the Mihawk effect to additionally prevent the Moria from attacking next turn.
In an ideal world,
Yes.
he triggers a Gecko Moria and pulls out a girl.
Well, so Gecko
you
Moria
wanted
only
to.
plays.
Trigger.
Is it only trigger? Maybe it's not. Maybe
4 or less.
Maybe it's just 4 or less for him, right?
Yeah.
We could do that. We could do that, but I think I'm not
That's
sure how much the Dawn
yeah.
extra work. I mean, it's great when it's on the board, but I'm not sure if time for girl has passed. All right, we're starting with a 7K. Mihawk also being able to get these easy 7Ks is nice, so. Yeah, we do need to get rid of, we're going to plus 2K with the Nami ability, discarding the Nico Robin, and then we do have the counter with the Hogback.
The Hogback, yeah.
Right, use the ability, we're playing out Hogback rested. And then we do have the Mihawk, and we can use the ability, so the Moria cannot attack next turn is 10-7. And taking this last life, thoughts on it?
Oh,
Ooh,
yes.
Okay, nice.
I love Kikunojo.
I'm sure you do more than Kaguya right now. Probably like a little bit less, but playing at the coffin boat at the end of the turn and back to Andy.
Yes. He needed another body.
Yeah.
That was great. But now, 1 life. Very scary board.
Yeah. Now, 2 life for Kaguya right now. The 5Ks don't really matter as much if you're going to be a 7K leader this turn and likely next turn. 6K just put a Dawn under. That's probably fine, but it's tough.
It's very tough. He either like has to go for lethal or a clear board.
Yeah, but we're going to start with 6K into Bonnie. Thing is with having this Bonnie here, if your leader's a 7K, it doesn't matter if they're not going to attack into it anyways, so Kaguya agreeing, saying, yeah, you can get that.
Nice.
There it is.
Now is he gonna go for the Mihawk?
Yeah, well, there's 10, but we're going to go
8
8 into leader.
into leader.
Yeah, I mean, with
One
Mihawk's effect, anything becomes a 2K, so not that big of a difference between a 7K and 8K attack, I think.
True. He has to just give 1 card.
Yeah, and there it is.
What's the 1 Dawn for?
From Guguya? We just get it at the end of turn from Coffin Boat,
I
so.
see.
But you can always, you know, even if you don't have it, right, it's strong to just be like, I could, you know, play any of these kind of counter events to get out of some big attacks. But just playing at the Nico Robin, it does
That's
offer us
good,
another
yeah.
heal. It does offer us another draw as well and pass it back to Kuya.
Right, and he did not need that Nami, so that was a really
No,
good
yeah, at this point, yeah. So 10 Dawn, and you know, if you have another La Beppo, I think, you know, worked last turn, or it's going to work again this turn. And being able to, you know, interact with both the Moria and Nico Robin, very
Oh,
good.
Yes.
Yeah, weirdly enough, there might have been a line where the better play would have been to keep the Kikunojo active, because if they can't rest 2 things, La Beppo doesn't get its effect. So if everything was active on the other side, you wouldn't be able to get that rest 2.
That makes sense. Because now he just needs to rest 1.
Yeah, yeah, so Moria, Robin, and then Mihawk gets the other one. Really good.
But he also needed that Bonnie to be gone, so
Yeah.
give and take.
Sure, yeah. And it looks like we're maybe thinking about playing, I mean, we're looking at Naya. It could be another
Naya?
Mihawk. But I think we're good. We got the go-ahead to play
Or?
La Beppo.
Yeah. I mean, why not?
Yeah.
It's free.
I mean, this has been a pretty good pace. It's okay to take an extra minute here. We're like halfway through the round, and so we're going to get the stun on the Nico Robin. We are a 7K leader once again. We can then use our leader ability, but we're just going to go 7K into lead. Newgate
There's
and a
one
1K.
card.
Let's see, we're going to go 12 to lead. or sorry, 11 to lead.
Yeah.
And then we're going to go 10 to lead. And
Big
prevent.
swings.
Yeah, this is good. Yeah, so Andy's in a tough spot. Potential trigger? No,
No trigger.
No trigger there. Coffin boat. Get the 3 Dawn back. And yeah, could just be deciding to not unrest 1. If we have billion fold, the numbers might not be there, but. Yeah, no, we'll be fine. So passing it back, and yeah, this is.
He's healthy.
Yeah, Kaguya is in a really good spot here. We've got a wide board.
Right.
Their board's not doing anything. We're a 7K leader. Nami's at 0 life, so even if there wasn't another Nico Robin, it can't heal. It has to be a Moria.
So sad. That Moria's been stunned for
centuries.
centuries.
Its purpose was to put Perona in life. That was it, right?
Right.
Which is strong, but when you're also playing against a leader that's consistently in a 7K. These 5K, 6K bodies don't really do much on the board.
I wonder if he had done Nico instead.
Nico might have been like a little bit better. I'd have to go back and remember the numbers, but we're gonna start with the 7.
And he has to go lethal now, and see if he has it.
Kinda right. Like the numbers are just so bad for you though. It's tough.
Right.
We still have the Mihawk plus 2K. We've got a good amount of cards in hand too, so yeah, we're just going to use the 1K to get out of that one.
Right. Now these last 3 swings, all of them have to get through.
They have to get there, and I mean, if we're going aggressive, 9K is a little large.
9K is large. 3 cards in hand, 4 Dawns up.
All right. I know you're strong. Gets a plus 3K to get out of it. We do have the Borsalino for 5.
Oh, pivot to heal.
So we have another heal, but if there's a dead man's game,
oh no.
yeah, it's so easy for Mihawk to interact with these blockers. We saw that from the earlier games this week too, and we could also just attack with Mihawk and say your blocker can't block anymore.
I think that's one thing I've noticed about Thriller Bark package is like there's so many swings, but they're all 5s.
Yeah.
And every leader, it feels like, can be at least a 6K or more.
We're gonna go 11K, can't attack or can't block with the Borsalino. Oh. Okay, yeah, but nothing to really play.
Oh, yeah.
Maybe if we had a 4-drop Zoro, it could heal us 1 more, but yeah, Kaguya had a really good run on that one.
Trashing that girl.
It could have been, yeah.
It could have been
honestly, not seeing Nami on curve hurt Andy.
And not seeing Nami on curve.
Yeah, but with Kaguya deciding to go on the Mihawk and not just staying on the board for the rest of the game, I think that made a huge difference.
Right. But what a great pivot, though, into using Mihawk instead of Lob Beppo early.
Yeah, the thing is that we'd be in this weird spot where we'd have 2 Lob Beppos on the board, but we'd be 5Ks and we wouldn't be able to interact with them as much.
That's true. That's true.
But that's going to be it for day 1 today for the 401 Games Toronto Regionals for the One Piece card game. We've got 3 more rounds of Swiss tomorrow, so we'll have to see if Kaguya, if he wins, I think 1 more, I think at this point, pretty guaranteed into the top 32 cut.
Yes.
And yeah, we'll be joined, me, yourself. We've got Jeremy right off the screen right there. He's waving. You can say hi. He's here. Yeah. Continuing to running around, but yeah, I really appreciate them. I appreciate 401 Games. Letting us have the production for this regional, and looking forward to tomorrow.
It's been so much fun. You guys are all great.
So thank you guys very much. We'll be back at 10 a.m. EST on the same channels there. We'll see you guys then, and yeah, see you tomorrow.